Hey guys, Emeka here, how's it going? In this video, I want to talk to you guys about the learning tax. You've probably heard that saying that in life, there's really only two things that are guaranteed: death and taxes. And whether or not that's completely true, I want to talk about the one thing that is 100% guaranteed, and that's what I call the learning tax. So what is the learning tax? Well, the learning tax is essentially the tax that you have to pay every time you're learning something or doing something for the first little bit. For example, when you're starting a business, whether it's an online business or a regular, brick and mortar business or anything, you're going to go through, I guess the familiar term would be the learning curve. You're going to go through a learning curve where you're going to make mistakes in the beginning that will cost you business, they'll cost you money, and they'll cost you, whether it's customers or whatever it is for your particular industry, that you're going to lose out on a few. And that's just part of the learning curve, or as I like to say, it's part of the learning tax. And as you get better, the learning curve or the learning tax goes lower and lower and lower until you become a master or an expert or whatever you want to call yourself at that point. So let's talk about the tax, so to speak. What is it? How much do you pay? Is there any way to avoid it? Well, the learning tax can be as high as 100%, meaning everything you spend on a particular business, you're going to get zero return from in the beginning. In fact, there's even a chance that you can lose money depending on what you're getting into. I can only speak from my experiences and give my opinion, because that's really the only opinion I have. But I think the reason most people give up or fail in online business, for example, is they're not used to paying a learning tax. See, most people, they're used to showing up and they do their thing day to day, and that's it. But here, reality is different. You don't just show up and go through the motions. Here you have to show up and you actually have to be here. You have to learn, you have to grow, you have to experience. It's all on you. And most people aren't prepared or they don't have the mindset to handle that. Take, for example, when I started off. When I started with if you're brand new, I started with Kindle publishing on my journey to make my few dollars online. And when I was brand new, my first book failed miserably. I didn't make any money on it. In fact, to this date, that one book alone has not made a profit. But I didn't let that one book define my Kindle publishing career. I learned from it and moved on to the next book. See, I've been meeting with people and talking with people here, and so many of them are bummed over their first book being a failure or their second book being a failure, and it's only a failure if you stop. Other than that, it's a learning experience, right? My first book wasn't a failure. I kept going. I learned from it so much compared to what I did on my second book, which did so much better. And then my third book did even better. And then my fourth book is when I started making actual money. But you have to accept that you're going to pay some sort of learning tax in anything that you start for the very first time, be it online, in whatever else you're doing, and whatever. It's just there's going to be a price that you have to pay in the beginning. Everyone paid it. Take a look at anyone successful that you might follow other than myself. Anyone who's really done it, and I mean like to this level of success. At one point, they were all the way down here, and they were learning for the very first time as well. One thing I like to do is I like to go back and watch people's very first video that they posted on YouTube. Don't look at mine. I'm very embarrassed on mine, but you know, it's there if you want to see it. But you know, I do that with all the people that I follow on YouTube. I like to see, hey, what was their very first video like? And oftentimes you can see it. You can see the camera falling over. You can see they don't have a microphone, that the lighting's bad, that they're juggling their words like I'm doing right now. You can see it's imperfect. You can see it's nowhere near the quality that they're at today. But that progression was them paying the learning tax. And people might have looked at that first video when they first started and said, that person doesn't know what they're doing. They're no good. They have nothing I could teach or learn from them. And that's true. There are those type of people, those closed-minded people out there. But see, they were just paying the learning tax. It was higher at that time. And as they kept doing their videos and they get to a more polished spot in their career, or whatever you would like to call it, their learning tax is a lot lower now, and they don't have to pay as much. But I hope this is all making sense, and you understand what I'm trying to convey to you, that whatever you're doing in your life right now, whether it's starting the business or starting whatever, anything, when you start off, accept the fact that you're going to pay a learning tax. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to screw up. Most likely you're going to lose a few dollars, and that is okay. Learn from it and just keep going. Don't let a few setbacks define your career. Don't. It's just foolish. Learn from it, move on, and use it as a lesson, like what I've been doing. Use it as a lesson to help teach and inspire others. So, just wanted to offer a few thoughts on that. Hopefully, you were able to pick up a nugget or two, and that is my overall goal. But as always, guys, if you appreciated this video, just give me a thumbs up, or even better, just give me a shout out in the comments. Let me know, if this video, gave you a bit more insight, or even maybe a little bit more hope in your new adventure that you're going through. And hey, are you still currently paying the learning tax? I know I'm paying the learning tax. I'm definitely paying the learning tax still. It's not as high as it was when I first started, but I know I'm still paying a healthy dose of the learning tax, and I'm okay with that. It's all good. If you're new to the channel, nice to meet you. Take a look around at some of my other videos, and if you like what you see, please consider subscribing. I much appreciate that, and let me know that you're new. So anyways, till next time, guys, take care.